Calling order, meeting order at 6 p.m. First item of agenda is additions or deletions to the agenda. What do you got for us, Bob?
I have big fat nothing.
Anybody? No, no, Laura. We got Dana. We've got the newspapers. We've got most of our board here.
Kate, I think that's Kate down there, right?
Yep. There's Kate with the dog.
The dog. There she is.
Hi, Kate. Hi, Dana. Okay. Well, actually, we're to members of the public. Dana.
I actually had a question about last week. I know that the folks at school had done some was it like crisis, some training that they went to, and I was wondering if it was available anywhere online for the parents to take a look at.
Do you know what she's talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, the crisis teams for each of the schools in the SU went through what is referred to as an ALICE training. ALICE is an acronym for something.
Alert, inform, counter.
Anyway, is there any place we could find it online and just take a look at it?
So they have a website which is publicly facing, I believe. You can check it out. At this point, we have not done trainings with all the teachers in the buildings. It's just the crisis team. So we haven't even gone to the rest of the staff yet, never mind students. So yeah, just don't get ahead of yourself too far as your kids and communicating. But yes, there is a forward-facing website that Alice has. It's considered an options-based response to crisis, which is required now by the state of Vermont for all schools. And there's several different models, but Alice is the new one we're adopting this year because there's a bit more rigorous training protocol than the one that we were looking at last year.
That was the one we had in Dover back in 2016.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
2016?
I wrote the plan. Don't tell me no.
No. But you had it was yes, because we talked about this, but it wasn't through Navigate 360 and Alice.
No, it was, we did it ourselves because there
Yeah.
wasn't anything there. And
Yeah.
it gave the classroom teacher the option to either shelter in place, to flee,
Yes.
Right.
we
Yep.
took away the thing where it was pretty rigid before that, where you had no choice.
Correct.
We were
Right.
told what to
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Because that was when we did the locks and the doors.
Yeah.
We met with,
So this one is a nationally certified.
oh, well, I should look at it because they may owe me some money.
There you go, Rich.
Well, actually, Randy Johnson and I
Yeah.
and
Yeah, there's several of them now. Like I said, this one has a really pretty thorough training materials for schools. So it was a 2-day training for the crisis teams in all the schools there.
okay, so could that just go in the newsletter, or is that not appropriate yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
Yeah. I put something about it in my super newsletter,
Yep.
but as far as like the rollout for the rest of the staff and for kids, we're kind of waiting to kind of do that incrementally.
so it's gonna be coming out, Dana, they're gonna be pushing it out further. So, but thank you for paying attention.
Thanks, Steve.
And I believe just for the record, that it's like I won't say the Walmart, it's maybe a bad analogy, but it is one of the big ones as far as options response protocols for schools. One of the more commonly used ones.
Okay, cool. Is that it, Dana? Cool, happy holidays to you and yours. Valley News, how are you doing? No, nothing for us? Who's Scott?
Scott Salloway, probably.
Oh, Scott, are you here as a parent? Public?
Sure, I'm multitasking.
Oh, do you have anything, or are you just visiting?
Just here to say and hello and listen in. All the great things you guys do.
Cool, thank you, buddy. Members of the staff, I don't see any staff on there, do we? Okay, so you guys, this is a tough agenda tonight, so, we probably want to stick it right close to the schedule and move it right along. So old business. There's nothing. Does anybody remember any old business we missed? Okay, I see some head shaking no. Here's a tough one under new business, budget discussion. So at the last meeting, we talked about more participation from public and from parents and from the folks, our constituents. And there was a discussion that maybe we wanted to do some kind of notice. How do we get it out there? And I don't know. Has anybody heard anything from anybody? Did anybody listen to the meeting or look at the minutes and approach anybody and say, I have a great idea? Because I have no great ideas. Mine are all used up. Looking at TV and everybody's just staring at us like,
I got no comments.
Okay.
Nobody came up to me with nothing.
Kate or Laura.
I have no comments. And just so that you're aware, I'm not able to start my video because the host has stopped it, is the message that I'm getting.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you came on. This was your
Okay.
punishment for being 30 seconds late. No, she's looking up why.
There's one that allows us to start video. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
How about now, Laura? Oh, there she is. Hey, we see you.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So we just learned something new. Kate, you have anything?
No, I haven't had any comments made my way yet, but I'll keep my ears open.
Okay.
So Rich, the only thing I would say is
Likewise, I have not heard anything.
Okay, I was getting to you. I was looking for a note I wrote, but I can't seem to find it. Sorry about that, Eli.
No problem.
So we have heard from the state that the preliminary numbers they gave us on long-term weight ADM are wrong.
Oh, really?
So they are working to solve that and get us that updated. You guys haven't even dove into that yet, but just so you know, there's already some struggles at the AOE in their financial area, trying to give us accurate information. So it's good that you guys do yours a little bit later, because maybe things will be corrected by then. So.
Yeah, because right now we don't look very good, do we?
The numbers were down for you, and because they're wrong, I said to Heidi, well, does that mean that they're gonna go up? And she said, unlikely.
So they can go even lower.
They might be even lower. So we don't know, but we'll stay tuned. We know that the other districts, we've been told, are definitely lower than what they had originally told us for preliminary numbers. So.
Okay. They also sent out the the yields and the tax rates,
Yeah.
and they don't look great either, do they?
Yeah, I would say that there's nothing super optimistic in anything that's been released thus far.
Okay, but again, it's still early.
It is early.
They haven't shown up in Montpelier yet to have any discussions. So, cool. Laura, can you hear okay? You're staring at the screen like we're not coming in or something. She looks stressed.
I'm hearing some background voices at high speed. Oh, look, other people are as well. So it's odd.
I think it's the chipmunk singing us a Christmas song.
Can you all hear it in the room, Richard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And Tracy's trying to figure it out. It must have something to do when we let your video turned on.
I have comments about what we just heard from the superintendent.
Okay, go ahead.
So I think two things. One is the importance of ensuring that we double check numbers that are coming through and ask for backup verification if numbers seem off to us. I think there have been some challenges with data that appear to be getting better out of the AOE, but I do think that that's an important takeaway for us. And secondly, with regard to number of pupils and number of weighted pupils, when we do get that number, it would be important to me to understand with some specificity about the actual pupil enrollment and the difference over the last couple of years. We've had that information in the past. Just understand if we're seeing something with a bump in class or if we're seeing a trend. And I just want to put that out there now so that that's not a surprise or additional burden for folks as that information is getting compiled.
Laura, are you talking about the enrollment? Do you mean just at the elementary or do you mean secondary as well?
All of it.
I think it would be both for both the elementary and the secondary as well.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
So
it-
actual butts and chairs is what you're referencing when you're talking about the enrollment numbers. As well as well, the long-term weight ADM numbers are,
Weights have changed.
yeah.
So we won't have that for as long, but the actual butts and chairs we have longer. It would be helpful, I think, to see that if we can get it pre-COVID to now, seeing a trend, I would like that. If we can't, well, we should be able to get that. And it would also be helpful to see what we can in terms of the change in weighted pupils since the implementation of 1.7. So thank you.
Yep, I will have our data guy work on that.
I mean, that should be pretty easy because we just got to go to our report. I mean, we had that last year, so we would just have to add this year.
So sounds like she's looking for longer pre-COVID going back and
Yeah, I
tracking
mean,
that,
we just go back, 5 reports and we'll
So all
have
that,
7
you guys
years.
have always had that in the annual reports? Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, that's very important to people. So no, that should not be hard numbers. And Laura, I don't know if you remember, Kate, I think you and Dwight will too, that there was one year that our numbers were way off and Lori spent a bunch of time. Who is it?
So apparently it's Dwight is where the interference is coming from, Dwight. So maybe you can stay muted until you talk it, like you're the chipmunk source.
It looks like a chipmunk. Can you mute yourself, Dwight?
He did.
He did.
Okay. So anyways, but we did, no, it's not him.
No, he just unmuted.
He just unmuted. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can't understand you.
When you speak, it's a high-speed chipmunk noise. Something wrong with your mic, maybe.
Should we give him a minute and let him go out, come back in and see if that helps?
Could be his dongle.
There you are with your vocab learning. Nice job, Mike.
Could be a dongle.
You sure?
Could be.
I don't know. Dongles usually don't do that.
I'm just saying.
There you go. They're further over. You can't. There you
Did you remove them or you put them in the waiting room?
go.
There he is. Dwight, you're back.
Is he?
Yeah, right there. Say hi, Dwight.
Sound any better?
Yeah, you fixed it.
Okay, sorry guys, that was weird.
No, Mike figured it out. It was the dongle that was in your computer. So anyways, I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years ago, I think when Lori first took over as business manager early on, we did have a real problem with our numbers, and Lori spent a lot of time straightening them out with AOE. So I forget where it was and what it was, but it was kind of it became kind of I think she got us like 10 or 12 extra weighted students, so it was really that's really important. So I know Laura had more of a request for budget, but what do folks think about maybe spending a couple dollars and putting an ad in the paper, just saying that, these are the dates we're going to be discussing budget. We'd like to hear from our constituents and spend a couple dollars on an ad, or do you think we just kind of try to announce it through the newsletters? I know pretty soon the Bucketville comes. We usually have to have that stuff like a week beforehand, I think, to get it out into Wardsboro. Are you all good with that? Is the board okay with that?
I think it's a great idea, Rich. Just wondering, is it Are there specific dates we're looking at, or is it just basically all the, we got it to be a continuing conversation at each board meeting?
Well, I think it's not gonna be the first meeting in January, because we're gonna let, Heidi get done with, most of the other ones should be done by then, so I figured the second January meeting, whenever we have that. And usually we can't have our second meeting because that interferes with the holiday, so we put it off, like, I think a week, so maybe we just plan on that one being, the first half of the meeting is all about budget. Heidi can present the, preliminary budget, and we can look at that and then decide where we go from there.
Your second one is MLK Day.
Yeah, no, so we usually
Bump
do
it to
like
the
a week
27th.
after.
Yeah.
We take West Rivers one time.
Because that's the 5th, or no, it's the 4th. You should be fine, the 27th.
Yeah, so, and I was gonna try to talk about that later in our next meetings, but, yeah, let's try to do that then. We'll take out a little ad in the paper, just letting people know, and we'll try to, Kate, can you do me a favor and try to get that into the Bucketville News?
Yeah, I can figure out what the Bucketville timeline is, and we'll put something in there. Just that people should attend the River Valley's meetings on the first and third Mondays of each month.
No, January's probably gonna be the fourth Monday, because the third Monday is a holiday.
Okay.
So, and I think that it would be the fourth Monday in January would be the first time we really dive into the budget.
And 4th.
Okay, everybody good with that? Cool. Okay, so superintendent's update, evaluation planning. We're gonna get to evaluate the superintendent. We all get to give him a grade, so if he didn't give you a good grade in school, this is where you get even.
Fair enough.
So basically, we've been working on an online, with Allison, an online survey. We changed it a little bit this year. Last year was the first year Bob was subjected to this evaluation. And he had a few comments, and we remember the evaluation is to try to help Bob understand how he's doing. A lot of times we see the superintendent thinks they're not spending enough time or doing a good job in one topic when everybody else thinks they're doing a great job, and maybe he thought he was doing really good in one area, and maybe the rest didn't think so. So we will be sending it, Bob will be sending it out. You can go through it and look at the questions. I really wish we could just get the questions out so you didn't have to actually do the survey.
It's already been sent out.
I know, but you have to be able to answer to be able
As
to
you
see
do
the
it,
whole
yeah.
survey, you have to answer the
Yeah,
question.
only Allison can.
Yeah, we should really get just be able to send it out so people can review it. So what we're gonna do, I think, because we're starting budget on the second meeting in January, why don't we plan on doing the superintendent evaluation on the first meeting in January? So is everybody okay with that?
Vote early, vote often.
That's what I say, it's the Chicago way, only if you vote for Daley. Okay, cool. Do you have anything else?
Let's see. No, not really. Yeah, you had my calendar report last time, so I don't think there's anything new.
Okay, anybody got anything for the superintendent? Besides, the Celtics seemed to really kick some butt last night, so he's probably in a good mood. So if we want something, we should ask for it now. Oh, going once, going twice. Okay, away team, you're up first. Principals report.
All right. Hi, everybody. We just had the circus in our building all last week. It was amazing. We had a huge show on Friday, very well attended. The kids did an amazing job. Pre-K all the way up to 6 were performed. So that was a lot of fun last week. My understanding is the board wanted to hear about the family panorama survey results from the beginning of this year, yes?
Yeah, is that something you're both gonna do, or are you each gonna do it in your own principals report, or did you combine all your results?
We did not we didn't combine, we just printed off the results from the family survey, which I sent out to Susan. I don't know if you got it or not, or if you wanna.
No, I don't think we have in our packets. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have it in the packets. I tell you what, why don't you hold that and let's do that so they can go out ahead of time.
I think they were links. They were links on the.
They were links? Oh, because I do see it's underlined on the Wardsboro one. Okay, I tell you what, let's make sure, Bob will make sure it gets sent out to everybody and it's part of the agenda packet so the public can see it as well. And so if there's any questions at that time, we can review that. So why don't we hold off on that survey for this meeting? Kate, let's make sure we get that on top and make sure we have a note that we need to get it out. But I'd like to get it out now if we could. It'd be okay to send it out before you guys have, I mean, there's nothing that needs to be explained on it, is there?
They're just PDFs, right?
Yeah, I have mine if you want it.
Okay,
Do you want it?
yeah,
Do you want one?
sure.
Yeah. I know that Francesca just sent that, I'm not sure.
Might be able to print hers if y'all want them.
No, because I can't share it,
Yep.
the public didn't get it ahead of time. So, okay, so we're gonna skip that, I'm sorry. So why don't you bounce right down if you got anything else for us?
The only other thing is I just wanted to announce that Wardsboro's partnering with the Catamount Cross Country Ski Trails. They're coming out to Wardsboro and supplying the whole school with cross-country ski equipment and boots for the month of January into February. So we are expanding our winter activities program to include an on-campus option since there wasn't one before. So that's gone over really well. We've got quite a few people engaged in that, and that's about it.
Oh, excellent. So does anybody have any questions for what's going on over at the Wardsboro campus? No, see, you got off easy too. It must be everybody's for the holidays. So go ahead, home team's up.
So I just have the same thing. So Panorama data came out, but that'll wait. I'm super excited because this year for winter sports, we added a Pee Wee ski program for our under 7 population, and that really helped some parents with participation with kids under 7. And right now, even though my data says that we have only 7 students not signed up for something, now it's only 5. So I'm super excited about that. Just 5 kids are going to be signing out. We didn't get any information back from parents whether or not they were doing any activities, but lots of parents are taking their kids to the mountain on their own, which is really great. Some are doing some other activities, skiing, swimming, tubing, hunting. So we're excited about that. And we had our community feast and Winter Craft Day back last week, and Winter Craft Day was well received. Lots of parents came to help. Kiddos made crafts and were able to bring them home and gift them if that's what they wanted to family and friends. And everyone had a great time. So that was really fun.
You made Greg do dishes.
I did make Greg do dishes.
That's a good thing.
Cool.
I also did dishes. It's really great.
So does anybody have any questions about the going on Zindova campus? You all set?
All good.
Okay, I got a couple questions then. I'm gonna test your math skills. Okay. So you showed 23-24 that 45% of the students just signed out.
Yep.
I can't do the math that quick. Approximately what is it this year? You've cut it way down, haven't you?
Yeah. So right now we have under 10% of students signed up.
Excellent. So that's really good, because
Yeah.
I mean, that was the intent. It wasn't supposed to just be a free day, but it also was allowed the staff to get together and do some additional professional development.
Yeah, which I added in there, which a link. We're taking 3 days to focus on IB and 3 days to focus on conscious discipline. So we're
Okay.
really excited about that.
Okay. And the only other question I had was, I noticed that you have parent pickup activity hunting.
Yeah.
What are you hunting?
I don't know what they're hunting. That's what I asked my son. He was like, rabbits, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's what he told me.
Okay. Cool. They used to do a gun raffle at the school. I have some old raffle
Oh,
tickets.
fantastic.
And for a fundraiser for the 6th grade to go on their trip to DC. Guess you don't bring
Times
guns to
have changed.
DC anymore. Yeah, they have. But one first couple years I was on the board, we actually had a parent really take us to task about a gun raffle. And that kind of ended it. So it just seemed interesting that you had hunting there. So maybe it's gonna be hunting tracks or something, signs.
Maybe.
Cool. So if nobody has anything for the principals, guys all set? Gosh, I always love this time of year. Everybody's so laid back and happy. Hey, Kate, you want to approve any financials tonight?
I would love to approve pay warrant number 25 for the amount of $23,288.17.
Is there a second to that motion? Anybody like to second
Did
that?
she say 28,000?
I'll second it.
She said 23,
Ah, gotcha.
288.17.
Gotcha.
Okay, Laura, thank you. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Appears to be a unanimous decision in the affirmative. And along, I don't know if you guys in your packets, but they also did an estimated profit and loss statement for FY25, which ended, June 30th. So it looks as though we're gonna have about a $240,000 surplus, which is kind of nice. The food program is $50,000 to the bad, which is not so nice. We spent a lot of money in the Capitol building because that's, we did $410,000 of expenses to the buildings. But we had budgeted, put some extra money away. So, and then the transportation fund should be in pretty decent shape. It shows a $253,000 loss, but remember we're getting, and I keep saying grant, I keep getting told I'm wrong, but we're getting
Rebate?
a rebate, is it? Yeah, so that money should come back into that fund. So, or go back to wherever we're stealing it from. So we're back into a reasonable number again. So I think that everybody should have that in their packet. And the other thing that was included was a revenue and an expense, just in the high levels, like total salaries, not not the exact salaries. And it's always interesting to see. We had about a $240,000 surplus. And I always look at tuitions because that's always the hard one to us to figure out. And I don't see it on this form, so you can give us that. Net position. Expenses. I don't know. I don't see it, Levi.
Other,
Oh, this is current. This is through December 25. I'm sorry. I thought this was last year's.
this is this current year.
Yeah, no, this is
But
this
still,
current
you
year.
got tuition.
Well,
They have made payments.
but I it doesn't matter because
It's not.
it's usually, most of our surplus are, debits, overages are usually in the tuition. Because, we can only guess on how many students. Okay, any other questions on financials? Hearing none, We got consent agenda. We got the 12/2/24 meeting minutes, which are in the packet. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, comments? Well, hearing none, then by unanimous consent, we'll accept our minutes. Anybody got any correspondence, folks? No. Any correspondence over there in Wardsboro? No. I hate to say it, guys, but our next meeting is January 6th in Wardsboro at 6 p.m. I'd like to agree to meet on the fourth Monday, which would be January 27th, as well at Dover at 6 p.m. for the budget. And in the first item, and the big topic will be the budget that night, first presentation of the budget. Is everybody good with that meeting? And we'll take the 20th off. Anybody opposed to it? Cool. So I think we got an hour to kill. So what do you guys want to do for an hour?
Trying to figure out how long to get
Let's
home.
get the wheels turning on another gun auction.
Wow.
We need it. Be amazing.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'd love to hear a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 6:32 p.m.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Everybody have a really happy holiday to you and yours, families, and we'll see you all next year. Thank you.
You too.
We're all done.